You know, the worst part about Street Fighter V to me, the worst offense that game has ever done is made rollback netcode look bad. That's my biggest frustration with Street Fighter V. There's so many people who really, I feel like, don't understand why rollback is good and that rollback is a good solution just because Street Fighter V's rollback is badly implemented. It's very clear. It's not a good implementation of rollback netcode. But the amount of people who will be like, well, rollback is really bad. You just teleport around everywhere and it's just, the experience is horrible, is really shitty because there's so many people that don't understand that rollback netcode as a whole is a better option than delay-based netcode. It's just, it was badly done in this case. It's like your friend tells you, you know, apple pie is wonderful. And you're like, I've never had this apple pie, but I'm willing to give it a shot. And you're like, yeah, it's fantastic. You got to give apple pie a try. And he's like, okay. So he goes to a restaurant. This guy who's never baked an apple pie in his life. One guy in this entire kitchen. Nobody else is working on it. He's like, hey, you bake me an apple pie. And he goes, I have no idea how to bake apple pie. And the guy's like, no, everybody says apple pie is mad fucking good. You bake an apple pie right now. He bakes an apple pie and it's trash. And that guy says all apple pie is always horrible. You can't just judge one apple pie by one shitty chef's apple pie. You got to look at the whole thing. It was one really bad implementation of fucking apple pie, okay? One time they fucked it up. Every other person who's made apple pie has done a great job. Back in 2013, there was really well-made apple pie, actually. Even before that, there was excellent apple pie. Why does the most popular chef not know how to make apple pie? He's not a fucking baker. He's a goddamn chef. You know what he should have done is go ask somebody who does know how to make apple pie how the fuck to make an apple pie. Street Fighter X Tekken had great apple pie. Yeah, the rollback in that game was okay. I don't remember it being horrible. It had sound syncing issues that happened with it, and there was a few things. I feel like I don't know the exact issues that Street Fighter V's netcode goes through, but it feels like there's issues with the clock syncing and stuff. Same thing with Cross Tekken, it feels like, where it doesn't quite work. What's my theory on why netcode just got worse since 2013? There's just not a lot of learning from either their own products or other products adjacent to them in the market, right? Particularly for Japanese devs, there's not a lot of like, let's look around and see what everybody else is doing. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should implement that. Because you look at games where like Street Fighter 4 had an instant rematch side by side, and Street Fighter 5 didn't. That seems like basic functionality from one game that they've already created that doesn't have it in the next game. That seems like a really like, yeah, fighting games are built around playing another human. And so all of the experiences you have playing another human, whether it's online or offline, that's the part that's so important. Especially if you launch the game without a story mode. You better launch the game so that me versus you works very well and has complete functionality. Dude, Samurai Showdown's features in 2019 is unbelievable. The online play and what that game is bringing to the table in 2019 is fucking crazy. But Samurai Showdown fans get really mad when I say anything bad about the game. Long live GGPO. The thing is that there are better solutions these days now, right? Like, there's better implemented rollback and stuff like KI even. But GGPO would be a good start. The funny thing is how often I still see people say things that are just factually wrong about netcode and stuff like that. I mean, I don't blame people, I guess, for being that uneducated about it. Facts are not important, feelings are. That is how it's supposed to work, right? You're just like, it feels better to me when I played in this. It feels better that way. I'm sure the netcode is fine. That's why it's important that this article comes out that ye olden filament's working on, so everybody understands the difference. You don't need a huge budget. Yeah, if you talk to the GGPO people or if you talk to people who have implemented it, they'll tell you that licensing GGPO and building it is not super expensive. In fact, they purposely say that they want the license fee to be low so people will use it. Mike Z said he did it in 2 months. It took 2 months to do. You know, look, it must have cost him a fortune. He must have had a team of hundreds and hundreds of people to build that, right? For Skullgirls probably had a humongous budget, as big as a Redison couch, a sub spree, which dropped to 8 months. Thanks very much. That's what everybody always tells me. Without a humongous budget, you can't do rollback. Someone in the chat says they didn't have a big budget. I tried to make the sarcasm obvious. I'm sorry.